Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to pre-market update. What a breakout on crude oil. You can see this massive candle today happening. This is pre-market at almost 8 a.m. Eastern, 3.5% up. This is how you do a breakout. You can see this is 200 EMA and this is breaking out of that right now. And there was a gap. I was telling you guys on 1 hour chart, this gap will be filled, guys. If you are my subscribers, you know that I was telling you guys this gap is here and I can show you again this gap where it came from. You can see this day here. You can see exactly this day here on 13th of October gap down, and I was telling everybody on my channel, you know it, if you watch, if you're my subscriber, that this gap is going to be filled. That was my first target, and boy oh boy, what a handsome candle here right now. You can see in order to always break out of this 200 EMA SMA blue lines, we need to have a breakout candle. So let's see in the past how we did it. Here it was just consolidation, a lot of chop, and then eventually broke out. But you can see here, nice breakout candle and then kept going higher. Okay, so this is the first time it's crossing 200 EMA. After a while, you can see usually every time it goes around 200 EMA SMA, it bounces, and every time it's below, it's very hard to get over that. You can see it was below here to her blue lines and then very hard to cross that. You can see here since August 2022 till here July 2023, almost a year could not go above that. Oil was down. Here it broke out, and again it was just chop around, and now again we're breaking out of it right now. And my oil miner CNQ, it's already up 2.33%, and you can see I still have upside targets. And I told everybody that I'm buying CNQ, and we're all in profits right now, guys. You can see nice V-shaped recovery. This is oil miner. This first cap 33.19 is gonna be opening above that, and I think it's gonna probably go start closing this top gap. You can see this big gap here, massive gap on a daily chart, which happened around 15th October. I think we're going there. It's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. So from where we closed last time to that gap is almost 13% away. So you can see that's what I'm looking for. Let's see how long this pump will happen today. You can see all energy sector is up, XLE is up. If I go to XOM, you can see that's up, Enbridge is up, and SU is also, Suncor is also up. So congratulations if you are buying with me on crude oil, and this is, I think, there's still more room to go. Let's go and check digital market S&P 500. You can see looking for this rally and then a decline. So I think there's a very important data coming around 8:30 a.m. Eastern. So that will drive if we're gonna go higher to fill this gap, then go down, or this is it, and we're going lower. In my opinion, my personal opinion, this is the gap, election gap, which from where we are right now, last session to that gap is around 2.2% away. So I will be very happy if I can get this gap fill, and I will be looking to buy, to be honest, around that. And if I go to my um, long-term chart to see where we are, and this is eventually this is where I'll be buying 100% 3x ETF. I'll be loading. It's just a matter of time. Okay, so now until if you're a bull, I have a target for you 63.15. That's also possible by the spring this year. So from where we are, it's quite possible bulls can take it to 6.88% higher. And if you're a bear, it can take it to 7.7% lower. Okay. I honestly don't care where it goes. I just care that I'll be buying either in two conditions. First, RSI needs to be in this green line. I think it's still higher. I want RSI to go lower because every time it goes near green line, it bounces. You can see here it bounce. You can see here it bounce, and here also bounce. Here also bounce. Okay, so first condition, I want to see RSI going to this green line on 4 hours chart, and then I will see where we are. It needs to be at least below this white line, which is neutral line, and that's where I will be looking to take a very massive trade of 3x leverage ETFs, and that's how it's going to go for me. All right, so let's go to SPX. I told you I'm looking for this couple of gaps. Now note there's also a gap on the top as well. Okay, that's around 60.36. So just keep that in mind. They can still pump and then bring it back later. And on Nasdaq, You can see there's a gap here around 27.48, and this election gap is quite a far away from where we are right now. So for in order to go there, it needs to go almost 4.5%. So that's possible, but some big company needs to really flush, basically. NVDA, Apple, somebody needs to have really bad report, and then only then it's going to go lower. We'll see how that comes. Futures are in terms of buy sell zones. Let me show you here. This is crude oil massive pump, and then you can see S&P 500. Look to buy in this green line. Okay, it's right now in the middle. I'm not going to do anything. If you're a day trader, look to buy in this green line because every time it touches green line, it bounces. All right, so wait for it to go around 58.76 if you're buying S&P 500, and Nasdaq you have to wait for it to go below 21,000. Okay, that's where it touches and bounces, and that's how things are. All right. And in terms of Dow Jones, let's quickly look at DIA ETF. And here you go. DIA ETF, again, there's a gap at the top, around 433, gap at the bottom, around 416, 414. So keep that in mind, just chopping around. If it goes lower, look to buy here. This could be a bear flag before it breaks down. IWM is also pretty weak. There's a big gap here, 211. That's the target on the downside, and then top side 234 and 237. All right, so let's go to Bitcoin. Bitcoin did something very interesting. I'll show you in futures. You can see it made a new low. All right. You can see this low which made yesterday around 91,000 is lower than this low. So I think a bounce could be failed. So this could be also like a Wyckoff pattern, and right now in the support box. Okay. So Bitcoin every time comes in the support box bounces. So let's see if this bounce is going to continue or it's going to be a lower high before we break down. Now if we do break down below this yellow box, then it's going to be next target is around 77K. So keep that in mind. Ethereum. Uh, Holding at near 200 EMA SMA. Let's go ETM futures. You can see there's a top gap around 3900. That's a possible target for the if you're a bull, and then bottom gap is around 2970. If that breaks, next gap is around 2236. Okay, so that's for crypto bulls and bears. Toronto Stock Exchange looking okay above all moving averages. Next target around 25,645. All depends on oil and gold. It's gonna pump because it's mainly full of commodities. So I think they're gonna go look at 625,000. Hang Seng Index look breaking down finally. Looking for this 18K gaps. There are a couple of gaps here, so I think it's going there. Bond market. That's my next possible area where I could try to go long. You can see near some support here. That's like a really TLT is like probably buy of a lifetime here, 82K. So you can see last time we came here. Let's go to bond market. Let's go to weekly chart. You can see here last time we were here around 2003 area. Okay, so just keep that in mind. This could TLT also same thing here. Very close to the year low or like decade low prices here. So um, could be a good buy here. So yeah, so bond market going lower, no divergence yet. So let's see, a bounce is still imminent. Looks like a very good time to buy this for as a long-term hold. Apart from that, let's keep moving. Natural gas is looking good. Let's see. Above all moving averages, it needs to break above 4.06 to be continuing the uptrend. Gold is also looking good. 8 counts by sell signal getting here. Still a lower high. Let's see if it can bounce and go above 2763. I really want this to go around 2400. And then silver also looking good. Silver I will be buying around 27, not here. Copper is bouncing since it's just the support box, yellow box, and then bouncing since then. This is also sugar, also in a nice area of support here. Wheat, also in a trend line, on a trend line, white trend line, you can see here bouncing from there. This is a long trend line. And then corn is looking bullish as ever, above all moving averages. Dollar is just flat, but looking very bullish. Very bullish. Looks like dollar wants to hit this next target of around here around 116, 114, and we'll see where it goes from there. In terms of FANG stocks, Okay, let's go to energy stock XOM. You can see making a bottom, all right? So you can see very oversold here, crossover green line above red line, and green dot looking to make a bottom. All these green lines are gaps to fill. Suncor is already so bullish. $40 is a big gap, that's where it's going. And Enbridge is also very bullish. That was just commodities, which I like. Apple looking for this gap fill around 233, to be honest. Broke out of this, did not come for a back test, so a back test will be nice. From where it is right now, where it closed last session to that gap fill is around 4% away. That could bring S&P 500 and Nasdaq down. Other than that, what else is interesting? Microsoft is pretty interesting. Buy near this blue line, which is 200 EMA. NVDA is down pre-market 1.5%. Looking for this 119 gap here. There's no gap to the top. All right. So again, I don't know where it's gonna go. If this support breaks, if it closes below moving averages where it is right now, next support is 119. If that breaks, then 86. Okay. In the top side, the sky is the limit for NVIDIA. Tesla is also kind of flat. I think it's already seen the top. Just chopping around, looking for around 350s first and then 200 eventually. AMD looking pretty weak. Looking at new low, looking for around 117 at minimum gap fill, and then it can even go lower. Let's not talk about that prices yet. And what else is here? MicroStrategy looking for a bounce, but I think it has seen the top. This bounce should fail. We will see 270 gap fill and then could go lower below that as well. And in terms of VIX, let's see, VIX is here above all moving averages to the top. 27.64 is possible. If it goes there, then S&P 500 is going down, and if it comes down, then S&P 500 is going to the top. We'll see where it ends. Okay, guys, that's it for today. Hit the like button today on your way out, and let me know if any other stocks you want me to review. Put a comment in the description, and I will review that. Thank you. Bye.